I'm getting a later start than I wanted. It's like 7:30. I wanted to get started like maybe a little after 6 or something. But, so, yesterday I'm like, yay, there's people there. And granted, I would still think I would rather have people at camp than not, but the people that were there were so loud. So there was a group of 4 and then 2 guys. And then there was another hiker he's section hiking. He's from Denmark and he was staying in the shelter. So, he was kind of kept himself the whole time. And the other 6 people were really nice. I mean, they were all nice, but they were partiers. So they were up late. They might have had a little too much to drink. So there was a lot of loud talking and yelling and stuff. And so I just could not get to sleep. So, of course, when my alarm went off, I didn't even hit snooze. I just hit off because the intention was to get up, but I fell back asleep. So anyway, oh well. The second part is that I'll be in Shenandoah National Park today. And then I look, and the huts, which are basically shelters, they just call them huts, are spaced really weird. So I can either go 8 miles today or 18 miles. Well, I don't want to do just 8 miles. Not at this point. I'd like to get done this year. So 8's not an option, but 18 might be pushing it. Yeah, I could hike in the dark and get there in the dark, but I really hate hiking in the dark. Like, I really hate it. And now I could get up in the morning, early morning, and hike a little in the dark like that. I'm okay with that. I don't like hiking at night. I don't like setting my tent up at night. So I really don't want to have to do that. But I don't know what my options are. It looked like on Go Hook there might be some stealth spots. So I may be doing that. Water also doesn't look very plentiful. So I actually got extra water this morning, just in case. There is definitely one source along the trail today. I don't know. Yeah, and then I was trying to figure out my mileage, just hypothetical mileage, obviously. That's pretty, the sun back there. Got a hair on my finger. I can feel it. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, I'd have to do some pretty big miles. I don't know. It's looking like mid-December before I finish. And I have not, for months now, thought that I would probably be done before Thanksgiving. I just didn't. And I suppose I could just try and just do 20-mile days, hike at night every day or whatever. But I just think I'm so close to being done to actually completing this thing. I don't want to do something crazy where I get to the point of I'm like, nope, I'm done. Don't want to do it anymore. And there's been a few times where I've had to hike big miles for me and, the hiking at night and stuff. And all I can think is I just want to quit. I just want to go home. It really, really drains you mentally when you start just busting out miles, because it's not fun. There's just nothing fun about it at all. And there's nothing enjoyable about it either. So as much as I'm ready to be home with my family and I want to spend the holidays, with them, I also want to make these last few hundred miles, the best they can be. Within reason. Obviously, it's gonna have to be work. There's just no getting around it. Which is why I'm trying to do I thought if I could just average like 16, 15, 16 miles a day, I felt pretty good about that, Which I think I can do that. I can do the 15 miles today. I just don't know if I'm gonna have anywhere to camp that, I can still have water and that kind of thing. Anyway, I guess we'll see. We'll see what the day brings. Were you eating your breakfast? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm not gonna hurt you. Oh, are you the same ladies from yesterday? Huh? Are you having breakfast this morning? Well, good morning. Hope you ladies have a good day. Yeah. They're so cute, they're watching me. It's funny because they got off the trail until I started talking to them like babies. And then they stopped. Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. Oh, is that your baby? Is that your little girl? Oh, she's sweet. I have 4 kids myself. All right. They're so adorable. Animals are my absolute favorite part of this trail. I love the animals so much. They just make my day, I swear, every time I see the animals. With all the leaves gone, you get a little bit of a view through the trees. And so many birds. It's funny how different the bird, or not different, but how many more bird sounds you hear down south than you do up north. My entire time up north, I did not hear birds very often at all. And I didn't actually see very many birds. You would see sometimes those little birds that would come out of the ground, scare you half to death. And woodpeckers were pretty, there was a lot of woodpeckers up north, but yeah, like now you can just hear so many different birds that you don't hear up north. So it's pretty cool. I miss the bird sounds. And I would say they wake you up, but they don't wake you up because they they start chirping at daylight, and I was up before daylight, so. I wonder what that used to be. It's right along the trail here. People are starting to shout, come out. Just passed one guy with 3 dogs. Well, I did pass the lady earlier with a dog. I forgot about her. And then there's some more people down the trail. But this is really pretty when there's leaves on the trees, because it makes kind of like a tunnel. Made it to 522. This is where Jerry and I were going to try to make it to, but yeah, we would have had done like 16-mile days for 3 days in a row. And he wasn't about that, and I honestly wasn't either. Not, in that terrain. If it'd been like the terrain has been today and yesterday, I would have said, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been that big a deal, but I think it's this way, but there's, yep. See, there's the blaze on the other side. Okay, cool, I don't have to cross the road. Shenandoah Battlefields National Historic District. So this is actually where we were trying to make it to. This parking. Man, look at all the cars. They must be going that direction, because there wasn't that many people that passed me. Ooh, a boardwalk. Boardwalk, I can't talk. My favorite. Climbing up this pud. It's a pointless pud is a pointless up and down. All the hay bales. And then there's a random rock stack. Well, there's still some fall through here. This reminds me a lot of the Smokies. Well, this was my first option for somewhere to stay. I don't know. It's just too early, way too early. It's funny because the terrain has been pretty smooth. And then look, all of a sudden, right before I get to the Shenandoah Park entrance, it's a bunch of rocks. Oh, funny. It's a lot of rocks. Well, it's moved back out again. Thank goodness. And somebody just told me that the permit box is right down here. So I'm supposed to get a permit to go through the Shenandoah. It's free, but yeah, you're supposed to do that. So I'm gonna do it. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, cool. There's some permits. I got my permit for Shenandoah. I was kind of hoping there was like a little sign there or something. I mean, there was a sign, but I mean, like, you know, welcome to Shenandoah National State Park or something like that. But there wasn't. Probably on the other end, knowing it. Well, I'd like to find somewhere to take a break. There's still like 9, according to Guthook, 9.5 miles. But there was like a sign back there that said it was only 9 miles to the shelter. So I'm going to try to make it there, but probably means I'm going to have to night hike a little and stuff in the dark. And I hate that so much. I hate it. But the nice thing is I can disperse camp through the Shenandoah. So I can stealth camp if I need to. So I may do that. Who knows? Well, I've stopped here at this sign. It's like a trail junction sign. It's kind of cool. Anyway, stopped here. I'm going to have my lunch. I'm going to have me a protein shake and some other stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how far I get today. There's quite a bit of day hikers out. Yeah. It's a nice day for sure. Yeah, this is some pretty nice hiking here. Man, I hope it stays like this the whole way. I mean, there's ups and downs, but I was kind of being the terrain. So I can build these calluses back up. Well, there's a trail junction and there's a sign, but there's no words on it. And there's no blazes. Now, I've noticed there's hardly any blazes. There is one like right there going north. So this is where I have to rely on Guthook. Yeah, they need some blazes. Hello. There's one. Few and far between. What? I'll take it. I made it down to, I think this is Compton Gap Road, which is off Skyline Drive. Yeah, it's a full parking lot. I don't feel like I've seen this many day hikers today. Maybe they're on the other side of the trail. That Compton Gap. Oh, that's a... I've stopped here to fill up on water since this will be my last water source before I camp tonight. The next water source is at the shelter, but that's still like 6.5 miles away. So I think I'm just gonna go, it's like 2.5 miles from here. It's a stealth spot. So I'm kind of thinking just to go there. I mean, that'll give me 15 miles, which isn't, I mean, anything crazy, I know, but I mean, it's still pretty good. And I kept thinking if I could average like, 15 miles a day, I'll finish in a decent time. I'll finish before Christmas. But, I just gotta get up earlier tomorrow. That way I can, get a few more miles in. The water's really good here. It's really clear and it's cold. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Rather, I just don't like sitting in my tent at night. I just don't. So I'd rather get up earlier. It should be easier since I won't have anybody, you know, like people making a lot of noise and stuff keeping me awake. I'm debating on whether I want to go ahead and just make my dinner now and get that over with. Plus, that way I don't, like, I'm not cooking at my campsite kind of a thing. All right, I have mac and cheese for dinner. Look, I got this little bit of a view here. It's kind of nice. Listen to the surroundings while I eat my dinner before I hike on to the campsite. I'm in the portion I hiked from Compton Gap up to, I guess there's supposed to be like a view or something off the trail. There's so many people, so many. So I didn't even like try to go find the view because, like I said, there was just so many people. I just kind of wanted to get out of the, like, so many people area. That Skyline Drive right there. And kind of parallel to it for the last little bit. Trying to beat the sun setting. Right now it's hiding behind the mountain, but it'll be setting here in about an hour. Well, I made it to Skyline Drive, and then there's supposed to be a stealth site like a little ways past the road. Don't know if I'm gonna make it before it starts though, which kind of stinks, but oh well. Alright, where's the road? Well, I've been went almost a mile trying to find a stealth spot, and there's like nothing. It's just all this kind of stuff. Like there's nowhere to put a tent. Ugh, the sun is about to go down. Hate it. Awesome. Great. Wonderful. Well, it's hard to tell in the video, but the sky is like a pinkish orange. It's real pretty. I can still kind of see. Haven't had to put the headlamp on yet, so that's something, I guess. At this point, I probably ought to just hike to the shelter, since I'm only like, I don't know, 2 miles or so away. I don't know yet. But then I've got to go over some like cliffs or something. Supposedly there's a stealth spot at the cliffs. I think that that's past Mount Marshall, so it might be okay to do that. I don't know. Whoa. Wow, look at this sunset. That's amazing. There's a beautiful view. Wow. Well, I got to see a beautiful sunset at least before they can. I was gonna try to camp right here. Like there's this like spot which would be great if there wasn't these big old rocks there's like these big old rocks, so yeah, I will not be, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. So I may just go ahead and go to the shelter. I mean, it's 2 more miles. Might as well. But man, you got a great view of the city from here. It's kind of cool. Man, and I will say Virginia has some amazing sunsets. It's crazy. One last look. Oh, and I just passed, or 4 hikers just passed me going the other way. And I saw the one guy initially, and he was all black, and it looked like a bear. And I was like, oh my God, it's a bear. And he's coming like right at me. And I realized, wait a minute, it's on 2 legs. There's no way it's a bear. So, all right, I have to make a decision here. This was not rocky, but there's like rocks everywhere, really. It would be really hard to get a tent here, I think. I think I should just push on. It's like 5:30. So 2 more miles would be like 6:30. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking about pushing. I wish I could make it work here, but yeah, I just don't think it's possible. All right, time to turn the headlamp on. The car. You can see the cars down there. Wow. And there's like a cliff here. You can see rocks over there, sorta. Oh, that's the only stinky part about the night, so you don't get to see all the cool stuff. But look, you can see the city over there. That's pretty neat. This would be, I think this is what they call the scary cliff part or something. But, well, anyway, I think the trail goes this way, I guess. I think so. Well, I'm in my tent. So I made it to the campsite. So there's a bunch of people here, and everyone's apparently already asleep. So I ended up doing 18.8 miles today. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so anyway, so I'll gonna say goodnight.